What's up, y'all? This your girl, Jay Renee with Prison Riot Radio. I hope that you're doing well. This afternoon, we have an author on the phone by the name of Buckner. He has a book called Midwest Dreams and Tattooed Tears. Very interesting name, right? So we're going to holler at him, find out where the name come from, a little bit about the book, and what got him started in writing. All right. How you doing? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you and to everybody that's listening. How y'all doing out there?
For sure. We're doing all right. We're trying to make it day for day. You know how they go. It is Monday, top of the week. I'm sure it's a lot of people busy. Appreciate you for being able to stop through and talk to us about your book and you being an author. So we're going to jump right into it, all right?
All right, I'm cool with it.
All right, tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you from.
I'm from Chicago, Illinois, sweetheart. Born and raised, the west side, Congress and Kilbourne, right off Highway I-290. Those of you that's from Chicago know we call that neighborhood Heron Highway. That's like the Epcot Center for all the bullshit. So I come from here and I ended up moving from Chicago down to Lansing, Michigan. I stayed down there in Michigan for, I'm going to say, about 10 years before I relocated again and I came to Wisconsin. When I got to Wisconsin, that's when I got incarcerated for what I've been here for.
Okay. All right, so how long you been behind the G-Wall?
I've been incarcerated for about 20 years now. Going into my 21st year. I hate to say it, but I've been in here for quite a while.
Yeah, for sure. How do you how do you make it day for day and keep, standing up?
Well, I always tell myself every day that I get up is another opportunity for me to make a difference. So I always try to, do something that's going to sharpen my mind. I may read something, or I might, go to the library and I may, pick something up there that they got going on, maybe a writing class or something, or something that I can get involved with, or I just sit around and fellowship with the guys. But for the most part, I wake up, and when I keep waking up, I just tell myself I gotta keep going.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta make sure you stay motivated. So was writing one of the avenues that you picked up, to help the time go? Or was you already interested in writing?
Writing came about for me when a friend of mine showed me that, he was putting something together and he was struggling with it. And when I looked over it, and I gave him my ideas as far as what he was doing wrong, when I realized what I was doing, I was actually rewriting his work. And my guy, a friend of mine, told me, he was like, man, you got poetry, you got stuff that you be writing all the time, man. You got a gift, man. I think maybe you should try to write a book instead of helping people write books. And I took him up on that. And I rolled the dice on myself. I like to say I rolled the dice on myself because that's just what it was. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I knew where I came from. I knew the things that I'd done in my life, and I knew the things that I saw. And my life was real. And who else better to tell a story, coming from where I come from than me. I don't normally read urban novels, but, I felt like I was a walking urban novel. So I told myself, if I'm going to write one, I have to write one that not only feels real, but it has to be something hot. It has to be a classic, that when I give it to the culture, it has to be something that I'm adding to the culture, something that my people can read and they can relate to. And so that's what I did. And lo and behold, it took me 3 years,
Okay.
But when I got to the end, what I had, that book gave me all kind of energy. I'm the person who wrote it. So I ended up reading that book about 10 times. So that was telling me that book had energy like I couldn't believe. And I knew that I had something special. So when it came out, it wasn't a shock. It's word of mouth. People started reading it. People started gossiping about me. And here we are. Here we are today.
Okay, so you gotta tell me, that name is very specific. Like, that ain't just something thrown in the wind. So how did you come up with that name? And how does it fit into, the story?
Well, I thought about, excuse me, I thought about when I first jumped off the porch when I was hustling. And when I first jumped off the porch in the Midwest, everything that I was hustling for, it was just a dream. It was a fantasy. You can ask any D-boy in the street, it'll tell you when we first go out there, when we first lace up our Timberlands and we first step out there on the block and we start hustling, everything that we striving for at that point in time is just a dream. It's just a fantasy that we got in our head. That's the Midwestern dream right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the tattooed tears part comes in when you out there in them streets, and you feel like your back is up against the wall, and the way that we live here, the way the culture is up here in the Midwest, it's a dog eat dog world up here. You never know what's gonna happen. The tears part.
All calls other than properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
The tears part come in when the trauma kicks up. We all jumped off the porch, with a dream, but we don't take into consideration the drama, the hatred that comes with us chasing the dream. Hurt people hurt people. And where I'm from, I'm surrounded by them every day. So yeah, the Midwest Dream and Tattooed Tears. That the name it came to life once I got to the end of the book. I actually didn't name the book until the end. The last chapter was over.
So it kind of like named itself, like the name. You know what I mean?
It named itself. Yes, it did.
Okay, so I know you said it took you 3 years. So were you like writing in pieces, or was you like writing, like did you write it all and then it just took you time to go through it? Like how was that process?
I'm a detailed writer, so anything that I write, I always want to make sure that I know what I'm talking about. I've heard a lot of people saying that they've read books and they'll be talking about something that it's not accurate. So I want it to be accurate. I know my people, black people, once they read books like this, they can be real stern. So I want it to be accurate. I want to know what I was talking about. So the learning aspect of it, that took time. Also, I'm a very detail-oriented person, so I always try to think about every aspect of what I'm saying, to give you, the reader, the better picture in your mind. I'm describing a situation, I'm describing a scene in my book. That takes time. And I also just didn't want to just be writing just to be writing. Everything that I wrote in this book, it was well thought out, and I gave time to, and every sentence that I wrote, every response from the Q&A in there, it was all well thought out, and that's the reason why they call it Midwest Dreams and Tattooed Tears, the next classic.
Okay.
They actually compared this book to the coldest winter ever, but they're just saying that I was a lot more urban, a lot more hood than that sister was.
Okay. I know you said that it's a copy that's gonna be coming to me soon. I'm looking forward to definitely having that in my hands. What are you currently working on, if anything?
I'm in the newspaper here in the state of Wisconsin twice. One was for my novel. They gave me a 4.5-star review for my book, the book that you're about to read. And then they also gave me the platform to speak directly to the state of Wisconsin. I'm just the inmate up in here, but I have great aspirations towards giving back to the streets once I come home, because I don't have a life bit. And I'm starting to get short right now as we speak. So I just got this idea that I wanted to put out there for a website for people like me who wants to give back to society. And they gave me the platform to do it, and I knocked it out the park. I'm happy to say I knocked it out the park, and it was one of my greatest accomplishments since I've been down for 20 years.
Okay, congratulations on that. Congratulations on being published. That can be a task, especially when you're behind the G wall. I'm glad that you was able to get that accomplished. I always tell people it's very important for us on the outside to support those on the inside, so things like this can happen. You know what I mean? So definitely kudos to that team. So I want to give you an opportunity to talk about anything that you would like. any gems that you might want to drop. And don't forget to tell us how to get in contact with you as well. The floor is yours.
I'm here at Fox Lake Correctional Institution. You know my name. You got my name. You can give the people my name. My inmate number is 427-812. You know they got this crazy ass mailing system going on here in the state of Wisconsin. So you have to mail all mail to the PO Box 189, Phoenix, Maryland 21131. Mail all letters. Any mail that you want to send me, pictures, anything that you want to send me straight to Phoenix, Maryland at 21131. I'll get the letter. It'll take a little time. It's snail mail. But the jewel that I would like to drop is quite simple. Anything in life that happens to you or our people out there is because of us. We have to get to a point in life where our success is no longer an option. It's a duty. I apply the
1 minute remaining.
I apply the 10X rule into my life every day, which means that I'm all in on my success. You know, me calling this radio station today is just another example of it. You know, I'm behind the wall, but I'm doing a hell of a lot to build up my legacy in order to try to put a little bit more respect on my name. When I hit the ground, I'm hitting the ground running because of the effort and the time that I took to give back to myself, I should say. You know, it's not over just because a person is locked up. You know, so if people thinking that they should give up just because a person is locked up, I'm a prime example of what can happen when a person's back is up against the wall. So if you guys take your time and check my book out, I appreciate it. You know, and each book that's being sold, you making sure that another brother never come back to prison. So I thank you for your time. Thank you for giving me this platform, and I hope to work with you again.